This is the only video you need to stop scrolling. Unless you live under a rock, you already know how this simple action is terrible for you. You kill your attention span, literally shrinking your brain, and you're also killing yourself slowly. No, I'm not even being dramatic. You are getting closer to death with every second that passes. You basically are a wizard.
You're a wizard, Harry.
Or have technology better than Elon Musk's because you're time traveling into the future every time you doom scroll. Props to this viewer for their vulnerability in sharing this wake-up call so you don't learn the hard way. You know how you know it's really bad? When you don't even have to say,
"My mom was right about that darn phone."
Because even you know that the problem is that darn phone. And today, we solve that problem. Hey team, it's Amy. I can honestly say that whenever I do have the misfortune of landing on a short form page, I never scroll for more than 30 seconds because I literally can't bring myself to. That's because of my mental framework that I go through subconsciously. Keep watching to find out how you can use this mental framework to stop scrolling whenever you want. The cool thing is, the more you do it, the more you will rewire your brain and it will become second nature. Think about your best friend. You value honesty, right? So how would you feel if they lied to you? What if they made a promise to you and they didn't keep it? And they didn't keep it time after time? Well, that wouldn't be a great foundation for a relationship, right? You might feel like you can't do anything with this person. You might not even be friends with them anymore. So to start, ask yourself, how much do you value trust and how do you build trust? Remember this? It will come in handy for later, you'll see. Now let's go into the 3 chains of thought that will stop you from scrolling. Numero uno. The next video you scroll onto with a person on it, look at that person. What do you know about them? Absolutely nothing. They're a complete stranger. Now imagine yourself on the street. If you've been in the city, a place like New York, you might have had people ask for money. Every time someone asks for your money or your attention, do you willingly empty out your pockets for them? Do you eagerly offer cash to them? Listen, unless you're rich, no, you cannot give tons of money to everyone you see on the street. You can't pour from an empty cup. But guess what? On the internet, you're giving your money to hundreds of strangers without them even asking. No, really. So every time you're scrolling, link this visualization that you're on the streets right now and you're offering money to every single stranger that walks by, no matter who they are. That's like people you watch on the internet. You have absolutely no connection to them. All they did was post the video. All they did was exist on the internet and you're like, hey, you know what? I think you're worth my time. Not only do they get ad dollars, but you are giving them your precious focus, attention, energy, and time, which also translates to money that you could have earned yourself. You are so generous. How are you literally the most generous person in the world? Because you keep taking money from your own pockets and putting it in someone else's. After you go through that chain of thought, say explicitly in your mind or out loud to yourself, I promise you matter more to me than strangers. Numero dos. Imagine your 5-year-old self. Oh, cute little you with the chubby cheeks and the playful energy. You probably had so many dreams and aspirations. Maybe you wanted to become an astronaut. Maybe you love doodling and playing outside and you have a natural curiosity about the world. That cute little kid has their whole life in front of them. Isn't that amazing and beautiful? Not knowing what life they could have, thinking about the possibilities of what a little kid can turn into. That's why kids are so precious. Your 5-year-old self represents potential. Time travel in your mind as if you could speak to your 5-year-old self right now and tell your younger self, I promise to give you the life you deserve. Number 3, as you're scrolling, think about the number of seconds that pass before you scroll. So maybe you watch 5 seconds of TikTok and you scroll. Maybe it's 10 seconds. Maybe you watch a whole whopping 30 seconds before your thumb scrolls. Feel how you have something in front of you and you are swiping it away time after time. Well, those 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 30 seconds represent your life. Literally feel yourself scrolling your life away. You have to form that strong connection between that video you're scrolling away and the time in your life. It's like you literally had those 5, 10, 30 seconds in front of you and you decided, nah, I don't like it. Nah, I don't care if I don't remember anything that just happened. And when that magically ends up to be 2 to 6 hours of your screen time per day, Wow, you just really don't like time, don't you? You just keep scrolling it away like it means nothing. We have to stop being numb to the fact that 4-5 hours of screen time per day translates to losing years of your life. You could have gotten 2 college degrees with that time. So really link doom scrolling to physically swiping your time away such that it's now lost in the abyss of the algorithm along with the black hole of time. That was poetic.
I'm a poet.
That's why it's called mindless scrolling. You don't even know what you're doing to yourself. So say to yourself, I promise that your time is valuable and I will not just scroll it away. Great, woohoo! Now each time you start scrolling, walk through one of those 3 mindsets. Take yourself through the whole story and state the promise to yourself out loud, or explicitly in your mind if you don't want to be weird in public. Remember the best friend thing from earlier? Well, you are your best friend in the entire world. If no one puts you first, you are the one that puts you first. You are the only person in this world you can control and that you can 150% rely on. If you complain about friendships or you're upset that this person let you down again, then ask yourself, am I letting myself down? Am I really setting a better example than that friend? So after each promise you make to yourself, follow through on that promise. Don't make it just empty words. Don't lie to yourself. Honor your promise like you are your best friend. That's how you build trust. If you can't control yourself to make a promise to yourself, then we got bigger problems in your phone. Many videos out there about cutting social media addiction talk about actions to do. But come on, getting off your phone is an action in and of itself, and if you could do that, then you wouldn't be here having this problem. That's why we want to focus on the second part of the equation of yin-yang, the neglected part, which is the mindset. And that's what this video has helped you with today. Imagine your life as an hourglass. Each piece of sand is to be valued by spending it on things that are good for you. By consuming things that give you value, you will greater value the things that benefit your life, in turn, cutting your social media addiction. It's a positive perpetual cycle that I've leveraged and that you can too. Please, I am pleading you. I see the potential within you, so please see it yourself. Value your life. It's the only one you've got. You might as well have the attention span to live it to the fullest. Otherwise, it's gonna pass by just like that TikTok you just scrolled by.